Hello. Why do I take such a long breath? I don't even know why. Okay, hi everybody. It is that time from Chaos to Country, episode I think 17. Oh my god. And you remember that song? I'm out here trying to function. Remember that? I'm out here trying to function. I feel like that should be the theme song of every 40-something-year-old person, maybe every adult, right? Like, doesn't that feel like that's what we're doing? We're just trying to function. And I was just looking at like the video and I was like, of myself, and I'm like, I've got to have a glow up or something. But I also don't want to knock myself because it's been quite a interesting couple weeks. You all know I was sick a couple weeks ago, and the kids, Jacob got a little sick, and Jayla's been sick with this cough for a little less than a week. Like, she's had fevers. We had her on antibiotics because the doctors thought the kids, because they were sick too, and the antibiotics messed with her stomach, and she was throwing up, and she had all the side effects. So today, she's finally feeling better. She's got a bit of a cough still. It's still there. It's kind of barky. I had some gut issues going on. Some days, when you're like, I don't feel like I'm in my 40s. I'm killing it. And then some days you're like, oh my God, I'm in my 40s. And don't tell that to anybody older, because they're going to be like, it just gets worse. Like, nobody gives you a beacon of light. Nobody's like, one of my friends is like, I'm in menopause, girl. It's the worst. So, surround yourself with YouTube videos of thinking positively, because sometimes people like to, it's the real deal, right? It's what people are going through, right? It's based on their own experiences. And to top it all off, we got this random letter in the mail. Not random. Both my kids, as you know, are on the spectrum, and Jayla got an assessment because I guess she didn't have an ASD diagnosis. I say diagnosis, assessment I should use. It was an SDD, which is significantly delayed development, or significantly delayed disorder. Anyway, a psychologist at Gwinnett School, at their elementary school, said, I'd like to maybe do some assessing for autism. So, I went with it, and she does show signs of being on the spectrum. And they offered some extra services, which I'm all about. Look, I'm about, like, thank you for the services. I want my kids to thrive. But we got a letter out of nowhere that said she's going to be going to a different elementary school, and I'm like, whoop, hold the brakes. What? This was not discussed. I reached out to her teachers and her special ed teachers and everybody, and it turns out it was probably just sent out mistakenly. She does not need to go to another elementary school. And I mention all of this because I don't know if you guys are like this, but like when one thing happens and then another thing happens and like maybe another thing, and if it's individually, it's like, okay, I could deal with this, or I could deal with it. But when it's collectively, it's like, oh, forget it. Sky is falling. What is optimism even look like? It is going to shit. That's exactly how I was this morning, especially having like lower body issues, because now when I eat fried food with dipping sauce, the next day I clearly can't handle it as much as I used to be able to. I was saying to the doctor today, because I had a checkup like an annual for blood work and stuff, and also to see if I was feeling better. And I said to her, back in the day, I could go to a diner at 3 a.m, eat fries covered with cheese and gravy. I don't know if we're at Long Island, that's how we did it. We were at the diner at 3:30, 4 a.m, eating, like, and probably threw on a milkshake on top of it. And then guess what? I would get home by 5 a.m, and guess what time I get up for work? Probably like 8 or 9. I'm like, let's go do it. I'd be at work. I'm like, what are we doing tonight? Let's go. What are we doing? We're going out. Like, if I have, if I think that I'll get less than 7 hours of sleep, which by the way is not straight sleep for me because the kids wake me up, like Jay will come into the room, or, you know, especially if we have nights like where Jayla's got a cough or Jacob's not feeling well, it's kind of a mess anyway. But just the thought of like going to bed where I see, like, I set my alarm and it's 6:59, like 6 hours and 59 minutes. I'm like, oh God, my whole day is going to be ruined tomorrow. So really, if you think about it, sometimes, like, you could sum up my 20s and my 30s as total chaos. I mean, look, I had a really fun time I was thinking about it. Like, in my 20s, I was doing comedy all over. I was working a lot, but I was making a lot of cash. I was partying. We'd go out at 1 in the morning. If it was a night I had off from doing shows. And we were just, man, we were living it up. We were living up in my late teens. We were living it up in my early 30s. Me and Chris had a great time. Like, you know, we went on some trips. You know, we kind of say we wish we had, like, more trips in the book together. But still, we also have the rest of our lives for that. So, you know, I'm excited to take our kids to, like, different vacations. Eventually I want to take them to Europe. I want to take them all over the world. And then when they go to college, I want Chris and I to be able to, like, take fun vacations together too. But I got off topic. Anyway, chaos. It was chaotic. And now I think part of what I'm going through now is I discovered I am trying to be so productive because my thing with finances, and I've got to make money, and I've got to, you know, so I try to be so productive that I'm not productive. Like, oh my God, like it works opposite. Like, the intention is productivity, and then I literally am not productive because I look up and I'm like, what just happened? Or something takes me a little longer than I thought, or my ADD gets me scrolling down the timeline and I'm like, okay, you know, it's the most random things. Like today, and even it's summer vacation, and I was like, oh, we're gonna do this and this and this. Now, mind you, when you have sick kids, there's only so much you could do. So right now, Jacob's like, let's go to the pool. I'm like, we gotta give Jayla another day. And not that I can't bring him to the pool, but also it was thundering like an hour ago, and I'm like, listen, I ain't freaking put on a bathing suit just to go in for them, like, gotta get out. Can we just wait till it's a sunny day? It'll be on Friday. Anyway, I guess the point is I've just gotta, I have to find a nice balance of productivity and chilling out. So, for example, today, I'm able to do the podcast. Check. I set up my Patreon. I'll post it with this post. Check. Awesome, right? I signed up for 2 reselling apps that I'm gonna sell some things that I don't use and I clearly won't use and are either brand new or super cool, and we'll try that. I booked a show this week. I mean, it's not this week, it's next week, but I was able to get on a show. Hopefully I'll meet more people, and I've met some really cool comics that I can pitch shows to, or workshops, or all that kind of stuff. So I'm putting out the feelers for everything. It's just in a different time frame than I, 1, would like, and 2, it's probably the best thing for me. I don't always know what's the best for me. I want to build Rome in a day. It's always been my thing. But sometimes you just gotta build it piece by piece by piece, and Lego pieces with 1,000 pieces. That seems like it's gonna take forever to do, but piece by piece by piece, you get it done. So, thank you guys for always supporting, and I will be posting all the information on all the links, and yeah. Oh, and I applied for a couple radio jobs too, so who knows. Okay, that's all. Bye.